17-year-old Brittany Wallace never thought she'd be standing before a crowd on Capitol Hill describing how her beloved horse, Scribbles, was sent to slaughter.
We did everything to ensure that we would have the best for our horse and nothing bad would happen to her. And months later, Kelly Smith from Omega Horse Rescue found her at a slaughter auction in New Holland, Pennsylvania in a kill pen.
That was before horse slaughter plants closed their doors in the United States. But now, just 6 years later, the USDA is considering allowing slaughter plants to reopen across the country.
They were slaughtering horses for decades in the United States. They were finally shuttered in 2007, but it didn't solve the problem. We were then just exporting live horses to Canada and Mexico, and those animals cut up and ground up were going to Europe for human consumption.
Now, the SAFE Act is being introduced, or Safeguard American Food Exports. This would prohibit horse slaughter operations in the U.S. and end the current export and slaughter of American horses abroad. Veterinarian Dr. Nick Dodman says it's not just about cruelty to horses. He says the drugs all kinds of horses are routinely given are dangerous for people, putting consumers at risk.
You would never get away with giving these things to beef cattle. And yet they give them to horses because they're not going to be slaughtered, but oops, yes they are.
A problem that's already caused a scandal in Europe.
You know, Europeans didn't expect that horse meat would get into their food chain as masquerading as beef, but it did. And if we start slaughtering horses here in the United States, what's to prevent that same thing from happening again?
Scribbles is safe back with Wallace now. Wallace says she saw the relief in her horse's face the moment they were reunited.
When I went to see her, I told her how to bow, and she bowed right there. And she kept bowing over and over again. And she started licking me, and it was just like she knew. Horses remember, they have feelings. They're not just like a piece of vegetable that you're sending off to be chopped up. They're animals, they have feelings, they remember people, they know what's being done to them.